Namaskaram, Sri Gurave Namaha. Today, the 8th of February, is a very special day. 100 years ago, in the year 1926, my Guru and grandfather, Sri K.R. Bhaktavatsalam, was born in a village, Chennai Kottapalli, in Andhra Pradesh. He was trained in Carnatic music when he was aged 10 for about 8 months under Guru Sri Pakka Hanumantacharya. Sri Pakka Hanumantacharya was also Guru for many more Vidwans who were all established Carnatic musicians. After undergoing a formal training for just 8 months in Geetams, Varnams and some Keertanams, my grandfather continued his education. He completed his Bachelor of Arts, BA, and Bachelor's in Engineering, specializing in Civil Engineering. Once he completed his education, he was a full-time civil engineer. He worked for the government of Andhra Pradesh and served the country by contributing to multiple projects related to irrigation. He was instrumental in the construction of many dams related to irrigation. It could be related to canals. He was instrumental in Tungabhadra Dam, to name one, and also he contributed to many more hydroelectric projects across the country. Music was always a part of my grandfather's journey. He started composing music, and the first composition was in the Ragam Mohanam. So for him, music was a part of life, just like his career was. So he could balance music and his professional career quite easily. For me, Tata, my grandfather, was someone who instilled a lot of values from the time I was a young boy. He trained me in Carnatic music, and this video is to share with you the bondage which I had with my grandfather and few incidents which I wanted to share on this occasion of his centenary birthday. He always used to say one thing: music is a tool, or it is a mode or a medium for bhakti, to convey bhakti. And always he emphasized on the lyrics rather than just the swaras. I remember Tata telling me the quote from one of Sri Tyagaraja Swami's compositions: Sangita Jnanamu Bhakti Vina Sanmargamu Galade. So one may be a very reputed musician, one may have immense knowledge in music. What use is that music when there is no bhakti in it? So he always insisted that bhakti should be there, bhava should be there in whatever keertanam, in whatever song we sing. Only then music has some value. He was always specific in pronunciation of the words when we sing. It should be clear, there should not be any mistakes when we sing a particular song. And he was someone who instilled the value of time in me. He always used to say, never waste time. Every minute, every moment is precious, and time once wasted is gone forever. I could see my grandfather composing songs, and this is how I could feel it. He never used to think. I never saw him sitting in a corner of a room thinking what to sing next, what to compose next. Music composition was like a flow of a river. I always remember him. He used to wake up around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, complete his morning rituals. He used to do Perumal Tiru Aradhanam, that is the Aradhanam performed to the deity at home. Then his routine began. He started composing songs without a break. He used to have lunch, early lunch, a very disciplined life, and again continue with his compositions. On an average, every day post his retirement, he used to compose at least 4 to 5 songs. Now, when I say compose, he used to write down the lyrics. He was a Vāggeyakāra, meaning he used to compose the lyrics and music to that lyrics. So he basically gave a blueprint as to how each song must be sung. So he used to write the time, the place of composition, and the date. So everything was maintained as a record. He used to give the sangatis, or rather, every line in the composition could be sung in different variations, what we call as sangatis in Carnatic music. So he wrote multiple sangatis, and the number of songs he composed 33,642. So that was his contribution to Carnatic music. He composed in all the 72 Melakarta ragas, or the parent ragas, hundreds of Janya ragas, and he also created or invented 77 new ragas. He composed 28 Varnams. Varnam is a piece of Carnatic music where every raga is explored. We explore all the nuances of the raga, the variations of the raga, and he composed 28 Varnams. He also composed many raga malikas, and there are so many keertanams where there are multiple charanams. All these were just the will of God, and he used to tell this many times. He used to mention this phrase many times to me: I may hold the pen to compose, but it is God who is holding my hand. And that basically tells how humble one can be even after accomplishing so much in this field. A field which is a very creative field, a field which is so vast that one lifetime is never enough to master Carnatic music. He had immense Svaragnanam, something which is a God-gifted talent, and which most musicians, years and years of practice, only then they can achieve that level of Svaragnanam. He used to train me in a way that I should at least be able to identify a raga. I remember during my childhood, we used to have radios, we used to have tape recorders. Some song was playing in the background, and he used to ask me, identify this raga. I may be doing some homework, or I may be doing some other work. He wanted me to identify the name of the raga and tell him instantly. I did try my best, and that is how he made me train to understand what is a raga, what is the variation of a raga, how do you identify the notes of a raga. My guru composed songs in 35 talams of Carnatic music. So we have the rhythmic scale, which is referred as talam, and the melodic notes, which is the ragam. So he composed in all 35 talams. He also composed in few Hindustani ragams, and all his compositions have the Ankitam, Bhaktavatsala, or Bhakta or Bhaktavatsalam. He composed primarily in 4 languages: Sanskritam, Telugu, Kannada, and Tamil. And he also composed 8 keertanams in English, a very rare thing in Carnatic music. So for him, it didn't matter what was the language, rather it is the bhava between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. As long as he could connect to the Supreme, language was not at all a barrier for him. Neither was the raga, neither was the system of music. It could be Hindustani, it could be Carnatic. So all those were nothing as long as he could communicate the essence or the bhava. And I also used to ask him, Tata, do you have any specific raga which you call it as favorite? And he used to tell me, there's nothing like a single favorite raga. It just depends on what raga the Supreme tells him to compose with. So some songs are destined to be sung in that raga only, and it is just the will of the Supreme. And he never thought that, okay, I will compose this song in one particular raga, or I will compose this song in this language. Language was never a barrier. The only language for him was music. And that is what defines his personality. Tata used to be a mentor, a guide, a friend, and philosopher to me. I also remember the days where I used to solve problems in math, and he used to help me in solving simultaneous equations. He also helped me in solving trigonometric problems, or problems based on trigonometry. As he was a civil engineer, mathematics was always there. He used to be very good at mathematics. I also remember him helping me in learning few poems in Hindi. I think it was around, I was in 7th standard that time. There was a poem, the lyrics of the poem is like this. Sabse sundar, sabse pyara, jag mein Bharat desh hamara. And I was finding it difficult to memorize that, and we had a test coming up the next week. So he called me and said, try learning this in a musical way. And he composed, and this is how it sounds. सबसे सुंदर सबसे प्यारा जग में भारत देश हमारा. Now, I am able to recollect this only because it was tuned in a raga. And that is how he taught me even some of the difficult subhashitams in Sanskrit. So for him, music was there in everything. He could connect music to whichever feel he wanted. He taught me subhashitams, he taught me many stotrams such as Bhaja Govindam of Adi Shankaracharya, the Shetpadi Stotram again from Adi Shankaracharya, Mukunda Mala from Kulashekar Alvar, many more stotrams like this, everything through ragam. He used to sing the slokam and teach me the meaning. He was very proficient in Sanskrit, he was very good at English, he was very good at Telugu, and also Kannada and Tamil. So for him, as I said, language was just a mode of communication, and he was open to learn anything. I mean, he was always a learner, and he always used to tell this, one lifetime is never enough to learn everything in this world. And that again is an inspiration for me to understand learning is always there. There can never be a day we can say we have learned everything or we have complete knowledge. Some of his compositions include the rare ragas such as Parameshti, Shekhara Chandrika, Bala Chandrika, Jaya Manohari. He was a true karma yogi and a nada upasaka. For him, music was a mode or a medium to achieve moksham. It is indeed my Purva Janma Punyam that I am his grandson and his disciple, and it is the abundant grace of Sriman Narayana and all the elders in the family that I could learn something from him, something from such a great person. As a mark of respect and as a humble tribute, I present to you all a Kirtanam Agamanuta Charita in the next video. And through this week, I'll be sharing audio podcast illustrating the life and the contributions of my Guru Sri K.R.Bhaktavatsalam in Telugu, Kannada, Tamil and English. We have audiences to this channel who speak multiple languages. So for each one of them, I will be releasing an audio podcast to help them or to help everyone know the life, the contributions of my Guru Sri K.R. Bhaktavatsalam. I thank each one of you for supporting me in this musical journey. Thank you for listening. Greetings once again. Thank you all. Namaskaram.